GAN program of MHRD Government of India. So Professor Herring from MIT, Earth and Atmospheric and Planetary Sciences will be the foreign expert for the course. And since our director sir, Professor Rajiv Tripathi has arrived, and now I'll request our director sir, Professor Herring, Professor Sunita Agrawal to please light the lamp and pour flowers on Ma Saraswati. So now I call upon all the dignitaries to please take your seat on the dais for starting this ceremony. Now I request Dr. Manohar Yadav to present a bouquet to our director sir and welcome him to the ceremony. Now I request Dr. Sonam Agrawal to please present a bouquet to Professor Herring as a token of gratitude and welcome him to this ceremony. I'll again request Dr. Sonam Agrawal to present a bouquet to Professor Sunita Agrawal and welcome him to the event. Honorable Director, MNIT, Professor Rajiv Tripathi, Professor Herring, Professor Sunita Agrawal, Chairperson GISL, and ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to inform you that GISL is organizing this one-week short-term course on GPS processing analysis with GAMIT and GLOBK under the GYAN program. So those whether associated with this geospatial world or not are completely aware of the GPS and its use in our day-to-day life. So I'll not touch upon more on the GPS, but let me tell you briefly about the course in the capacity of course coordinator. So I came across this GAMIT and GLOBK processing environment when I was doing my post-graduation at IIT Kanpur. So Professor Onkar Dixit introduced us to this two scientific processing environment. One is GAMIT and another is Bernese. So the GAMIT is one of the environment which is purely freely available to the scientific community. And it is not for the day-to-day life. It is mainly for the crystal movement across the faults, and those who are related with the earthquake industry to understand that it is one of the input, the primary input which we take into the account for the prediction of the earthquake event in future. So and secondly, the data processing, which is very extensive, and not only we don't account too much errors while we use our GPS in our mobile, but when we go for this movement in prediction or movement in terms of quantitative sense, we have to account all kind of errors. So this GAMIT is so powerful, and it has taken around more than 20 years to develop this much, that we are accounting all possible errors, so that when we say something in terms of quantitative manner about the movement, we should be very sure, isn't it? So that's why this MIT developed this GAMIT software, which helps in this cause, so that we should be very much aware about the movement, present movement, and the future course of event. So from the past 20 years or more, numerous scientists are using GAMIT for the different purposes altogether. I applaud the vision which scientists have seen 20 years before at the MIT and developed this processing environment for the scientific community. So since theoretical content of the GPS is huge and cannot be covered in just 5 days, as I discussed with the Professor Herring last night, so therefore some of the lectures will be taken which cover the basics. So some of you are not aware about the basic theory as well as the algorithm behind it. So we'll discuss in a summary all possible basic in how of the GPS. So that will be covered in the few lectures, and then in the parallel we'll also have lectures on the GAMIT also. So I'm looking forward to next 5 days under the guidance of Professor Herring to learn and try to support him in his endeavor in the years to come. We are happy to tell you that at the GISL we are striving very hard to contribute as a teaching and research unit in the area of GPS, INSAR, and LiDAR and GIS domain, both in algorithm development as well as in application. So now I'll call upon our chairperson GISL to brief about the GISL and activities presently going in the GISL.
So good morning everybody. Professor Thomas Herring, Professor our Director, Professor Rajiv Tripathi, Dr. Ramji, Dr. Manohar, Dr. Sonam, and other my friends, colleagues, Mr. Rajesh Tripathi, our colleagues. So it's a great privilege for me today. And on this auspicious day, Saraswati Puja, today is on this occasion, I welcome you today. Like first of all, I would like to it is very difficult to imagine that such an eminent person like Dr. Herring, Thomas Herring, is with us from MIT. So we should be thankful to our Government of India for such an initiative, that is GYAN Course, Global Initiative of Academic Networks. Because of that, it was possible to invite him to discuss and to interact, to share the knowledge for the benefit of India. I would like to congratulate Dr. Ramji because he is young faculty of our department. So because of his effort, it was possible to have this function today. And for not function, we can say this course to be organized here. And I should also like to give thanks to our director, sir, because of his encouragement, this approval, he encouraged us and approved this course. So I would like to thank this. Now about GS, this is GIS cell. This is not department, it is a cell. It is the smallest department, cell in the institute. We have only 3 full-time faculty and we have only 2 programs, MTech and PhD. But it is growing very fast, and I should say that these 3 faculty members will take it ahead to this department, and after a few years, this will be one of the most prominent department in the institute, and it will contribute a lot in the development of India. So thank you.
Thank you, madam. And now I'll call upon Professor Herring to please share his views on the course and importance of this course in the context of Indian scenario.
Thank you, Dr. Ramji. Well, it's a great pleasure for me to be here. I must admit, this is my second long trip to India. The very first of these GAMIT courses was actually taught in Bangalore maybe 15 years ago now. And so So it's a great pleasure for me to be actually back here and to teach this again. That course, I think, had quite a large impact in India, as I remember from Professor Vinaya, who worked with me on that course. You know, GPS and actually the other navigation systems that are being developed. There's the European system called Galileo. There's the Chinese system called Beidou. There is the Indian IRNS system. These and the Russian GLONASS system. These systems are becoming into their maturity now. And of course, the forerunner has been GPS, and our software at the moment is based on GPS, but we do have the capability to process some of these other systems. We're not going to talk about that this week very much because we're going to focus on the somewhat easier part of just doing GPS. I think in terms of applications, there's a number of things that are going to change. One is clearly our package is designed to do tectonics, to study large-scale processes and small-scale processes, but we also can get from it atmospheric delays, and that is one of the big uses of the package for meteorological weather forecasting. It also has the capability to do kinematic positioning of aircraft and moving vehicles in post-processing mode, and so we will talk briefly about that near the end of the course at the end. We do have a real-time capability that is trickier to implement because of the nature of real-time communication, and it is very much targeted at the scientific use for seismic applications, for seismic wave arrivals associated with earthquakes. It's not really designed to do kinematic real-time vehicle movement, for example. It's not of that nature. So we have lots of different capabilities that are out there. The software itself is it's Unix-based, and many people aren't that familiar with Unix, but that is because of the way the software developed and the basic power of Unix. And I will say I think that has become more to the forefront now because even the latest version of Windows now, Windows 10, does actually have a Unix shell associated with it. So I think even Microsoft is now realizing that the power of the Unix system is very, very high, even though it's a very old operating system. So I think this is going to be a very intensive week for the students. Is everyone here going to be in the class? Raise your hand if you're one of the students. Okay. Yes, you'll be very tired by the end of the week, I can assure you. MIT has a great reputation of that the education at MIT is considered like drinking from a fire hydrant. And I think that's how this course is going to go. So please feel free to interrupt me. I have a very bad habit of speaking very fast and going through ideas very quickly. And so if you don't understand during the class the things that I am saying, please interrupt. At MIT Education, the way we interact with our students, it is always a very back and forth with the students. We also have small class sizes which allow us to do this, but we do like students to really interact and ask questions and be thinking all the time, what does that really mean? How do I use that? And if you don't see it yet, ask, because if you're having a problem, everybody else is probably having exactly the same problem. So that's a very, very important thing. This will be a very intensive class. Our experience tells us that it sort of works along, and then you gain most of it probably several weeks later as you start using this stuff. And you do need to use it to really fully appreciate some of the subtleties that are going on. So I'm looking forward to a very intensive 5 days while we're here, and well, I'm looking forward to meeting you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Herring. Now I'll call upon our director, Professor Rajiv Tripathi, to share his views on this GAN activity and his vision for the future collaboration with MIT.
Good morning all. Chairperson GISL, Professor Sunita Agrawal, our guest faculty, Professor Thomas Herring, and coordinator of this course, Dr. Ramji Dwivedi, other faculty members from GISL, from other departments, and dear participants. First of all, host, Dr. Tanuj Nandan. First of all, it is good that this GAN course is going to be inaugurated and started on this auspicious day of Vasant Panchami, which is the day for the goddess of learning. And this is one day in a year, and this is the day when you are here. We are lucky, we are fortunate that Gyanaganga will start flowing from this side in this campus. So I am indeed thankful to you for accepting our invitation, and on behalf of Institute, on my own behalf, and on behalf of all the faculty members and students, participants, I extend my warm welcome to you, Professor Herring. GIS and GPS, these are the two words which today one cannot ignore. And looking at the potential of these words or these technologies, this institute established a cell, an academic cell, which was thought of as an interdisciplinary cell, academic cell, consisting of primarily from civil engineering department, computer science and engineering department, and of course from electronics engineering department as well, and mathematics. Yes, these were different departments from where interested faculty members were taken, and we started this GIS cell. I think about 10 years back. 10 years back, we started this GIS cell, and we started the MTech program because at that time we were not having a dedicated faculty for a specialized faculty for GIS, and we started MTech program in GIS and remote sensing. Later on, we got good quality, young, academically vibrant faculty members in this GIS cell, and with their support, with their expertise, things have started moving very fast. And I am confident, I think this is the first GYAN program which GIS is organizing. Yes. So I am happy that this department has taken the initiative to organize a GYAN program by exploiting the opportunity given by the Government of India under the GYAN initiative. And this is good, and probably I think MNIT Allahabad is the institution which has taken up maximum number of GYAN programs in all over country. And I must congratulate the organizers and our local GYAN coordinator, who is unfortunately not here today, for taking this initiative. Now the second step is that this is the opportunity. First part of the opportunity is to have an interaction, close interaction, and get something new from the experts, eminent experts like Professor Thomas Herring. And the second part is that again there the department also has to play a leading role. Another part is that it should not be a one-time event, and I wish that out of all the GYAN programs, including specifically this program, because this is a very relevant area, we should have a longer interaction, maybe in the form of academic collaboration, and which will be for the mutual benefit of both of us. And that I am confident that my younger faculty members will take forward and take this opportunity, maybe in the form of exchange of students, exchange of faculty, have joint MTech theses, have joint PhD theses, take up the good challenging projects at different geographical location areas. I'll tell you, just yesterday I received a call from ADG Police that we need your support in this coming Kumbh Mela, which is the largest gathering here in Allahabad, and they wanted to have a traffic model, and based on using that traffic model, they wanted to chalk out their strategies. So somehow I talked to, being Sunday, I talked to a couple of faculty members from here, and then we went in the evening to Mela area and had a detailed discussion. One of the surprising part was that they were saying that Kumbh Mela is going on for last so many years here in Allahabad, and similar kind of activities are going on at different places. But we don't have any scientific model by which we can say that this is the traffic pattern, inflow, outflow, and based on that, what will be the service time at that Sangam knows. And if we know all these things in advance, then we can probably do the crowd monitoring in a more scientific manner. And we accepted that, and we have started working, and today our team is there because today is the last day of this Magh Mela crowd. So they said that you take the samples. So this what I am saying, that there is a huge potential here, particularly in India, looking at the large population and different geographical environmental scenarios here, and we can have good collaborations, and we may come out with certain very interesting and good findings which will be helpful for humankind in general. And I am confident that this interaction program in the form of Gyan course, that will go long way, and we will be able to welcome you again in the campus in maybe some different form. And rest of the time, as he has already pointed out, that interactive classes are very important. So be interactive, take as much as possible from your side, and take this opportunity, use this opportunity, forget about all other activities, have interaction, classroom interaction, out of class interaction, and if possible beyond the course, if you have certain ideas, discuss with him. Don't leave him free here. So that he should also realize that you have the potential. So once again, I congratulate the organizers of this Gyan program, and again I extend all my good wishes to all the participants, and happy Basant Panchami for Saraswati Puja today. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words. Now, there are a lot of people to be thankful of who supported directly or indirectly in organizing this course. And the idea of submitting a Gyan proposal was discussed primarily by our chairperson GISL. The credit goes to her for that initial discussion, and from that point we started writing this proposal and submitting it to the Gyan. Then I would like to thank Professor Herring, who kindly accepted this proposal and devoted his time for this proposal, and I must say that he has thoroughly supported in the last few months by writing emails and support in every manner to establishing this lab for 5 days. And even in the last evening after arriving the campus, he kindly accepted our request to looking the facilities which we have established for this course. And I am grateful to our director, sir, Professor Rajiv Tripathi, for his support throughout and his go-ahead attitude for all kind of activities that pushes us to achieve more and more in years to come. And I am also thankful to Dr. GP Sahu, who is not here, for his guidance as a local coordinator and the complete arrangement at the SMS. And I would be thankful to the coordinator, Computer Center, Dr. DS Kushwaha, and his team for the efforts they put in to set up this public IP system for this course. And I would also like to acknowledge the support of Professor Onkar Dikshit, who shared the GPS dataset from his ongoing project for around 7 to 8 stations in northwestern Himalaya, and the students at the GIE lab. And he'll be joining on 26th for the active discussion with you and the students for future activities. So many thanks to GISL faculty member, SAC president, our students, especially Vipin, Shubham, Akshay, Siv, and Sanid, for their support. Finally, all the participants who came across from all over the places. Dr. Ajay Doshora from IIT Guwahati is here. He is assistant professor at IIT Guwahati. PG student from IIT Kanpur, IIT BHU, SUARTS, BITS Mesra, Allahabad University. But last but not least, the efforts of technical manpower and the staff of MNIT who put in their efforts throughout and making this event successful. Thank you all, and I would request all of you to move for a group photograph, and after that followed by a high tea in over the nearby places. So thank you all for joining this event. Thank you.